Means it's time to stop practicing.
As the final horn blows on OTAs this week, the Saints, like every other team in the NFL, believes this is their year. But Sean Payton has reason to be enthusiastic about his team because it has been one of the best off seasons in his tenure with the Saints.
On field, we were able to install a new defense. I think most importantly, though, the time spent in the weight room and in the conditioning, I think it's been one of the better off seasons in regards to our players lifting and training. Coming off a disappointing year, I think we've got enough veteran leadership on this team, and players recognize that we can be a lot better.
You got as much enthusiasm as you can at this time. I think we got the potential, but what we do right now won't win us games, but we can certainly lose games right now. And I think right now we're doing what we need to do to get better. I think guys are grasping it. We're learning, competing.
But while there's reason for optimism, it's important to not put too much stock into what happens on the field at OTAs. Take, for example, Marcus Colston, whose first OTA was memorable, but for all the wrong reasons.
I try to stay as far away from that experience as possible. It was a totally different one, and just fortunate to have the kind of coaching staff that we do, and just get that second opportunity.
That first year with Marcus Colston, throughout this time, it was bleak. He was on the ground, and all of a sudden, with the pads on, he stepped up, and by the time we were 3 weeks into training camp, we felt like we had a starting X, and I think none of us, myself included, would have thought that was going to be the case.
So while the on-field evaluations must be taken with a grain of salt, these OTAs and minicamps have been huge for the head Saint. After all, 40 new faces greeted him this offseason, and now he's getting a sense of what types of players they are.
It's ongoing, and certainly for me, I've been able to put the names with faces, and then also the video and what they're doing, and again, it's still early in the process, but that's kind of taken place really the last couple months.
So after the final 2 OTAs, the Saints will have about 5 weeks off until the start of training camp. Time to break down what Payton has learned about his roster and get ready for the real evaluation in the grind of training camp. In Metairie, Paul Boron for CST.